I've been asked how do I deal with caked mountain bike components. The first thing I usually do is I wash them because I don't like to deal with dirty things. And I'm using a normal household kitchen cleaner you could buy in any supermarket. So this is a Turkish product. It's called Mutfak, whatever that means. It's very good. Had it before. I buy it at File, which I think is an affiliate of Aldi and Lidl. At least they sell very similar products. I always feel at home when I go there. I feel I can recognize and understand that company culture. So I think you see how much dirt comes off here. I mean, if a brake has been in service for, let's say, 20 years or 10 without being washed, then it probably looks like that. I'm using a brush because that's efficient. Gets into the nooks and cranny without me breaking my neck. Try and get everywhere without splashing myself and keeping it in the sink. Right, that was the first one. The second one should produce a similar result since it's only been working on the other side of the wheel. And you see that this is all grime that you eventually do not have on your hands. You need to touch 17 times. And excuse me. It helps to have a little expandable tab. I really enjoy that feature here. Helps get yourself one of those. And since it's kitchen cleaner, keeps the stainless steel clean. And give it a second go. See what happens. I mean, there's more dirt that we cannot get to that comes off once we separate it. And partially these brakes are rusty, so I'll put some of the parts in vinegar today. So today this is cleaning, dismantling. I like to go about it theoretically in a systematic way, so I do side by side. So this has, as far as I'm concerned, 6 sides, so I'm on the top side, okay? Right, then I do the left and the right, of which there isn't much. Then I do the left side, whatever you want to call it, the right side. Then turn around. And that's it, okay? So this is the worst of the cleaning. On the side. Left side, right side. I'm usually not restoring any brakes that are incomplete. That's a pain in the ass. Yes, you can do it. One brake fits to another, but that's always very labor intensive and not always crowned with success. So yeah, you can do it. If it's precious, I'll do it. But you know, something like that that's readily available everywhere or nothing because people just walk away. No need. So we have a SRAM brake. I've never used any one of those. I like the fact that it's a very solid arm, so I'm assuming there's no flex in the arm. Rinsing, is really, really your friend. It's easy to do. Sorry. Right, so that was that. That's the cleaning. I usually do not waste any time for the dirt to get caked. Do it right away. I like my environment to be clean, especially when it is a case of, if you don't do it now, it will be tried 3 times harder in the future because it has time to dry. See that? Good. Don't mix these tools up with anything that needs to be hygienic. This is just tools for the job. Right? So this one has done its job for today. That's the only job of this kind that's happening today. So now, actually I was wrong. How big are these pieces afterwards? So this is tiny. That I will not do. This comes off, it's tiny. So does it fit in here? Yes, it does. Let's do the following. Let's prepare the glass. I always keep random. It's a bit high up. We managed. Okay, we managed. That's very good, stretching your back, isn't it? Okay, so always keep glasses. Once the food's gone, I'll put it in the dishwasher, and then that's your glass. What I'm doing here, I'm preparing the job for the derusting of these little items, and I'm saving the vinegar from the last job. Vinegar is quite usable for quite a while, and actually, since I'm here, let's do a little bit of a Honda job. We're at the sink. So this is the vinegar recycle. This only had about 3 days worth of work, 4 days, 5 days. And now we're doing some bolts that I will need. I do not recycle it twice, so that's it done. Goes in the bin. So this has had it double as much use as it usually has. So these are all little engine bolts and mounting hooks, and you see immediately that this is quite a powerful combination. So what we see in front of us is semi-clean bolts. I mean, they're at least been wiped down with a rag, and then I put it in vinegar for, depends. Usually I'll check after one night, after 24 hours, because you put it in there too much, it does more damage than necessary. So I just need the rust to go, that's all. And if it's not good enough, then I'll do it a second time. So most of these here have had a second run, so they've been in here for 48 hours at least, maybe even twice as much, something like that. So forgot, apologize. Let's say it was twice as much, 4 days. These are all parts of your engine that nobody usually cares about. But I'm of the opinion that a little bit of highlight here and there makes the engine just look so much nicer. It just brightens it up. It's just really not too much effort. You need to clean this part anyway, and then you just let it sit in vinegar. You brush it off like that. Your tool must be effective. Your tool must be effective. Otherwise, you just put a lot of effort. Your hands hurt at the end of the day from the effort that you make, and you're not feeling that the job's easy. By the way, this is not a pleasant smell that happens once this kitchen cleaner and the vinegar and the rust come together. So wear good gloves. Now these are the engine mounting bolts, so they're like at the bottom of the vehicle. They get about absolutely everything. In my case, they didn't get salt. That's good. Malaysia does not do salt from snow and winter, and gets salts from the air of the sea, so that's not quite as bad. Depends on how far off the beach the vehicle is parked in its lifetime. Another note, gloves. I'm using Turkish vinyl gloves. They're the best ones I can buy here. They're not good. They really don't last. I'll show you my hands after this job here. You will probably see that they have leaked, and that's not good for your skin. You need to battle that with lots of hand cream. I'll just change them. So I have this little sieve in the sink that secures me not losing any parts, and I have the feeling from what I can see is that the parts are now rust free, at least from what I can see through the foam. There's usually not everything visible. This is covered in the foam. Makes sense, doesn't it? But these look nice for now. The next job is to completely dry them. I use paper towel most of the time after I let them sit for a moment so they can drip off. Use a paper towel after that. And I put them in a recycled yogurt tub and spray them with WD-40 and let the WD-40 soak into the steel nicely. I mean, you don't think of steel soaking up oil, do you? But in my experience, it makes a massive difference when you actually soak the bolts or whatever the part, the metal part. You soak it in WD-40, makes a massive difference of how it fares in the short time ahead of you. Yes, it's not officially a good coating. Right, that was that. Don't really feel like doing that today, but hang on. That's a bit dangerous what I'm doing here, because the sink plug is pushed down, so that means the water cannot run off. So I cannot see what's happening. So you see, we're not in perfection yet. I will dry it off, and those who still have substantial rust on it, they will go back in the vinegar. I will also have a look inside here. Here, this one definitely goes back in. Too much rust on it. Yes, you can see the chrome here flaking off. This will have to come off. I will peel that up and see, that's what I'm talking about, my gloves, and then consequently you see my skin. That's why these jobs, okay. Let me show you all the heads. The heads is what you see. They need some work. There's some chrome on here. There's no more chrome left. There's definitely some rust here. So what I'll do here in this kind of case, I will scratch off the thick rust that comes off really easy now, and then I either use a toothbrush with Autosol, or I will put them back in the vinegar. So these are the engine bolts that eat absolutely everything, because at the bottom of the vehicle, they never get washed in 100 years. So that's the washing, okay? I guess you can imagine what I'll do here. You want to see? Should I show you? I'll take these off. Yeah, I'll show you. But first of all, I need to deal with this. Wash my hands, clean the sink, and so on. Okay, so let me do that off camera. It's boring. See you later.